here to the party plaza this morning. I'm just going to introduce everyone who is up here this morning. I'm Andy Shepherd. We have Richard Schaefer, the Hayemaker himself, David Haye, and David's manager from ADM Management, Adam Rowley. So, why are we all here this morning? We are very excited to announce that David Haye's Hayemaker Promotions has today signed an historic deal with boxing promoting giant Richard Schaefer to form Hayemaker Ringstar, a brand new promotions company. The deal brings together two world-class boxing teams. One, a former unified cruiserweight champion and WBA heavyweight champion of the world. The other, the former CEO of Golden Boy Promotions and the brains behind many of the biggest selling pay-per-view fights in history. The boxing world had been waiting with bated breath to see what Richard's next move would be, having recently announced the signing of some of the world's top prospects. This deal marks his first foray into the UK market, a market that Haye knows very well, having self-promoted and navigated his way to multiple world title fights and pay-per-view mega showdowns. Hayemaker Ringstar has begun and will continue to establish a stable of boxers, from world champions to the UK's most promising up-and-coming prospects. The aim to develop more pay-per-view stars both in the UK and internationally. The ethos of Hayemaker Ringstar will be that the fighter comes first. As the promoters, they will be working for the fighters. This is about promoting the boxers, not themselves. The company will sign an exclusive deal with a major UK broadcaster and aims to be recognised as the home of world champions and future world champions. Richard Schaefer, as the former CEO of Golden Boy Promotions, brings unparalleled experience to this joint venture. At Golden Boy, he promoted what were at the time the two biggest selling pay-per-view events in boxing history: Floyd Mayweather vs Oscar De La Hoya in 2007 and Mayweather vs Alvarez in 2013, as well as developing talents like Deontay Wilder from up-and-coming prospect to world champion and pay-per-view main eventers. This new partnership, this new company, Hayemaker Ringstar, is set to change the face of boxing in the UK. I'd like to open up the table now to these gentlemen. I'd like to start with Adam, first of all.
Thanks, Andy. So delighted to be here today and to be able to make this happen. I've been a lawyer involved in boxing for about 17 years, worked with most of the promoters, most of the athletes, and a few years ago decided to take a step to set up a management company, ADM, and having worked with David before, it seemed a natural next step to go forward with David in that way. ADM only wants to work with a real handful of elite athletes, elite boxers, and when looking at David, his comeback, we always wanted to do it in a different way. You know, you have to look at David's brand values, what mattered to him, about honesty, about integrity, and about ensuring that his comeback would be done correctly. David always wanted to look at commercial partnerships, and that was absolutely the key, to get the right commercial partnerships with David and make sure that they accorded with his brand values. Now, outside of the ring, David's obviously, I don't want to make him blush, but he's eloquent, he's intelligent, he understands what it is to be a boxer and what it is to be a world championship boxer and to be an elite level fighter. And he can pass that on, and having self-promoted for so long, he wants to pass that on. And when David and I spoke about it, there really was only one person in the boxing world who he could partner with and who shares his values and who could help him make the most amazing promotional company, and that was Richard Schaefer. Richard doesn't need much introduction, but for example, as many of you will know, when he started looking after Floyd Mayweather's nickname was Pretty Boy, and he soon became money and the highest paid athlete in the world. So, you know, I'm really excited to have been able to help in some small way bring this partnership together. I think David and Richard share a lot of the same values, and I think but the company itself will do great things.
Thank you very much, Adam. Richard, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Andy, and I'm really delighted to be back here. Those who know me, I always had a very special love for the UK. I think the UK, I know the UK has the most passionate fight fans in the world. I was fortunate to promote many of the biggest fights for Ricky Hatton, Amir Khan as well, and was involved with David early on as well. David and me have been friends for a long time. And when I started Ringstar this past year, July, soon thereafter I got together with David and we started to formulate some ideas on what kind of entity we could form to really empower the fighters here in the UK as well. Those who know me know as well that I'm a promoter for the fighters. When you look at the list of the fighters I have promoted, there's not one who has anything negative to say, because I believe in empowering the fighters, and that's exactly what David believes in as well. And this is a company, Hayemaker Ringstar, built by a fighter for the fighters, working for the fighters, and not the other way around. So this is really about the fighter first, and I'm delighted to be here. I'm happy to be able to team up with my longtime friend David Haye and throw my promoter's hat, so to speak, in the ring here in the United Kingdom. I was always looking at a way to enter the UK market, and this is the perfect setup.
Richard, thank you very much. And now over to the Hayemaker himself, David Haye.
Thanks, Andy. Good afternoon, everybody. It's no secret that I've wanted to be involved in other fights other than myself. You know, I've always tried to promote my fights and my events to as large scale as possible, and I've always wanted to have, you know, be involved in, you know, with the biggest and best promotion entity possible. So to form a sort of strategic alliance with Richard Schaefer was a no-brainer. I could work with any promoter in the world, but I've chosen. It wasn't just a spur of the moment thing. This has been working for a while now. Myself and Adam have really sort of put our heads together and formulated a plan, formulated a way forward, not only for myself but for any fighter that we sign. I've been speaking to numerous television networks about our future, our long-term future, about nurturing and making sure that fighters, you know, are looked after from the start to the finish. You know, a lot of promoters in the UK have to at some stage team up with a US promoter, and they lose a lot of the rights as it gets to the big fights. But Richard, obviously, from the start is in-house. We're 50-50 partners in this venture, and we've both got our heart in the right place, and we both want what's best for the fighters. Is enough in boxing for everybody to be happy. And I've spoken to numerous fighters throughout the years, even till today, big name fighters who would assume we're very happy with, you know, what they've achieved and what they've earned. And, you know, behind the scenes when you speak to these fighters, they're very unhappy. They know, you know, they're not getting a fair slice of the pie that they generate. And, as I said, I'm very pro-fighter. I'm a fighter myself. I know what it takes to get to the position that I'm in now as a main event fighter, as a fighter who puts his life on the line every time he gets into spar, every time he gets into the ring to fight. You know, so I truly understand what it takes and how hard it truly is, you know, to make a living from boxing. I'm one of the very few fortunate ones who have made it, and I love and I believe my experience, you know, in the 14 years I've been a professional, can really assist me in bringing Britain's next world champion, unified champion. I definitely believe I can navigate through the boxing world, work with pretty much every promoter at some stage or another, you know, internationally. and I've made some mistakes here, I've made some mistakes there, but I've learned from them, and I'm still here to tell the tale. And I really think that, you know, myself and Richard, behind any fighter, we can get them to as far as they want to, as high heights as they could possibly envisage. And Richard's, the fighters that he signed recently, you know, fighters he'll be bringing over to the UK to showcase for the UK fans. And this is not just about the UK, showcasing UK talent, it's about showcasing the best that we have in the world of boxing and bringing it to the UK, and vice versa, sending our talent out there to Las Vegas, to New York, to showcase young talent, to showcase our world champion. And it's something I'm really passionate about, and it's something that, you know, I'm going to focus so much of my time and effort into doing. You know, I know I'm still a professional athlete, I've still got to train, I've still got to get up in the mornings, I've still got to do what I've got to do. But, you know, I believe I've got another probably 4 or 5 fights before I'm happy with what I've achieved in boxing, and then I'm going to be a full-time promoter. So this is just at the moment, working with Richard to secure the very, very best talent that we have to offer, and exposing and really sort of celebrating that with the British public. So that's the plan, that's what's happening, and hope you guys are happy.
Thank you, David. There will be some media scrums following this, but any questions from the floor? So.
He sets away into the UK market. Are there any UK fighters? Are there any UK fighters that you are ready to announce joining the stable, or that you're working on at the moment?
Yeah, there are a few very good UK fighters. I don't want to announce anything just yet, as they haven't officially signed, but we're speaking closely to a few very good young prospects, and we're very interested in fighters who not only have the ability to become world champions, but are eloquent and fighters who can really, you know, maximise their potential sort of inside and outside the ring. So we don't have any fighters to announce today, but very soon you'll see a list of very talented fighters being
Yeah, we really want to go after the most charismatic fighters as well, and that is one thing which I think sets David apart from so many others, from most others. He is one of the most charismatic fighters in the world, and he can obviously back it up in the ring. And that's that rare combination of the skill in the ring and the charisma, the personality outside of the ring. And that's what we're really looking for. This is not going to be about quantity, but it's going to be about quality. I was fortunate actually earlier this week to sign the Olympian, the heavyweight champion from the last Olympics, from this past Olympics, Tony Yoka. So Tony Yoka now is with Ringstar, and that just shows you what we go for. We are going for the best, and Tony is an example of a fighter who we will certainly bring here to the UK as well. So we really want to have the fans, as David said, have an opportunity to see the best young and upcoming fighters in the world, irrespective from where they come from. Obviously the focus is going to be on the UK market, but I can definitely see as well bringing some of the other championship fights here with fighters I work with in the United States to really make Hayemaker Ringstar immediately one of the heavyweights here in British boxing.
Any further questions from the floor? Fantastic. So there'll be a photo opportunity up here on the stage in a moment, and then there'll be media scrums and individuals following that. Thank you very much.
Just on the right hand side, just for the ladies, thank you very much. Right, come back this way for us, please. That's lovely. Have it there, pretty please.
Our channel, make sure you go ahead and do so, because Behind the Gloves is worldwide with our coverage. All you have to do is click this little link right here.